Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Don't Talk Sports. My name is Dylan. In today's video, what we're going to discuss is we're going to talk about Nick Chubb and why this might be a hot take, why I feel like the time of Nick Chubb being in Cleveland might be coming to an end. I might be saying, why would you say this? This is blasphemy. Here recently, we saw reports come out, you'll see it on screen, that Nick Chubb is going to be restructuring his contract. He's going to be coming back to Cleveland. The thing that's a little bit questioning of it is, with the way the injury happened, usually players that get big-time injuries, they want a lot of money. He's restructuring his contract to bring his base salary down. He's bringing it from about like $12 million down to about like $6 million. And then with that, they're going to be incentivizing a lot of the money to where he can go back and earn it as long as he's 100% healthy. But the problem is, we know after that injury, he's not going to be 100% healthy, damn well for sure by week 1, probably week 2, week 3, 4, maybe he'll be out there. And with the fact that this is not the first injury for Nick Chubb, this is the second injury. Whenever it comes to a very graphic injury, he had this same type of injury back when he was at Georgia, and now he's having it again here in the NFL. He's also 28 years old. He's getting kind of later into the end of his prime. So there is a lot of things we got to talk about with Nick Chubb. Now, first up, I'm a Cleveland Browns fan. So if you're saying, well, you're not a Browns fan, you don't know. No, I'm a Browns fan. I want Nick Chubb. I want him to retire I want 24 to be retired by the Cleveland Browns someday. But this one it's going to hurt to talk about. But I'm going to get straight into this. So if you're going to enjoy it, as always, make sure you drop a like onto the video. Be very much appreciated if you do so. But without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so as you can see here, correction from the intro, I said 12 million. 11.8 million is what his base salary was for the 2024 season, which is also the final year of his deal. And it also says here, $15.85 million was his cap hit for next season. So this restructure is actually bringing it down to $6.275 million, which is a $12.2 million save, I guess you say, for the Cleveland Browns. But then again, he can earn a lot of that back with incentives. Basically, what the Cleveland Browns are trying to do is they're saying, if you are saying you're 100% healthy, you're gonna, and you can go out there and you can rush for all the yards, the touchdowns, break the records, do all the great things, you know what I'm saying, then he's gonna get his money. And it was basically said, they kind of paraphrased the way of the contract in a way of everything you were able to do before, as long as you keep doing that, you're gonna get your money. So it's not gonna be anything crazy like go rush for 1,500 yards. It's going to be like get 1,000 yards rushing, probably get 10 touchdowns. I don't know the logistics of the contract right now. I haven't seen them, but I'm sure there's something simple along the lines of Nick Chubb of, hey, you can easily do this. Go do that. You get your money. Now, you might be saying, why is this the end for the Nick Chubb Cleveland Browns companionship? Well, let me explain. Like I said, Nick Chubb, 28 years old, going on 29, brutal injury. If you don't know exactly the logistics of the injury, you can see right here, back in September when he got hurt against Pittsburgh Steelers, repair the medical capsule, meniscus, and MCL, and also his ACL later on in the year. It was a very bad injury. I have this website pulled up here. You can kind of, if you want to go check this out, put a link to it down in the description. But basically, these guys here, they broke it down to basically a T of everything that you're going to basically expect for Ken Dorsey, the new offensive coordinator coming to Cleveland. With former offensive coordinator Alex Van Pelt, he liked to run the ball. We have Bill Callahan as well, the offensive line coach. Now that we're kind of changing coaches, changing offensive coordinator, Ken Dorsey, he runs a very, I wouldn't say very different offense, but he runs a little bit of a switch up, I guess you could say. He doesn't run the offense primarily through the running back like we did before. He's going to run the offense primarily through Deshaun Watson, the man that's making all the money. And you're going to expect a lot of Deshaun Watson this upcoming season. No more games where Deshaun Watson throwing the ball max 30 times a game. It's going to be 40 to 50 times throwing the ball. And when you see some run plays, it's going to be quarterback runs. We saw it a lot with Josh Allen when Ken Dorsey was calling the plays over there in Buffalo. Now I realize Ken Dorsey didn't do, I guess you could say, the best job in the world, but something that he is very good at. He likes to call the quarterback runs, and he likes to pop one when you don't expect it. And Deshaun Watson's got some legs on him. Now, are they going to still use Nick Chubb? Of course, this season they're going to still use Nick Chubb. It's not like we're going to just eliminate him from the offense. But we've heard the rumors of the ownership of the Cleveland Browns, the Haslams. They went to Tennessee. One of the big things they liked for Tennessee's offense, Tennessee, a couple years ago, the spread offense, the way LSU did whenever they won the national championship back in 2019. The Haslams, they like that kind of offense, the spread offense, 4 receivers, a tight end, 3 receivers, a tight end, or a running back. They like to just spread everything out and let the quarterback go unload on a defense. And it seems like the Browns are kind of transitioning into that. Kevin Stefanski, he's pretty much came out and said he's adjusting to it. And it's going to be a very interesting offense to watch this season and see how they blossom. And as you can see, some of the things that these guys were talking about, RPO game is going, especially in shotgun, is going to be a big thing. Nick Chubb, I would say he's not really comfortable, or he could be comfortable, and we just haven't seen a lot of it from him. Every single time the Browns go to shotgun, we usually would bring Kareem Hunt or Jerome Ford in. With Nick Chubb, we don't really see it. Usually that's more like a single back or I formation type of play or pistol. Usually whenever Nick Chubb can line back up there about 10 yards back, just stand there like Batman ready to just go beat up somebody, that's usually when he's on the field. Anytime there's a chance for the running back to possibly catch the ball out of a pass play, it's usually Kareem Hunt, like I said, Jerome Ford, or Pierre Strong, one of those guys. Now, the big reason why, like I said, Nick Chubb probably will not be here much longer after the season. If he comes back next season, I would jump for joy. I'd be so happy. But the reason why I would feel like he probably wouldn't be back is because the way his game flows and the way he plays the game of the football, the game of football, is because he likes to run the football. He likes to just hand on the rock and let him go. And the way we were running for the past like 2 or 3 years, that was a good offense for Nick Chubb. But now the way we're kind of transitioning, a lot of NFL teams are transitioning into this type of offense. It's not really Nick Chubb's offense. Basically, in a way of saying, if you watch college football, the way Michigan was last season, the way they were just telling JJ McCarthy just hand the ball off to Blake Corum and to Edwards, that was like basically what that's an offense that Nick Chubb likes to run. This offense where there's like a whole bunch of moving parts, jet sweeps, RPOs, quarterback possible runs. Now, if there was an offense where they can still filter in the 10, 15 runs or try to get it to where Deshaun Watson is just cooking up like secondary and they have to get people back to cover back there and they can just do like inside zone or like a halfback just like toss off to Nick Chubb and just let him go run rampant. I would love that, but I just don't feel like it's going to work that way. But I'm going to kind of wrap it up with these final points. Like I said, Nick Chubb is a great back. He's going to have to battle back from this injury. So far, people have said he's got the brace off. He's not using crutches anymore. He's walking around. He's fine. He's good to go. He's kind of slowly started. I think they said he's like easing into working out. He's not really pushing it like he should, like we are used to seeing him do, but he's slowly kind of easing back into it. Hopefully by training camp or like mini camp at least, and then whenever we get to like OTAs and getting towards training camp, he'll be pushing himself, getting that leg right, getting his body right, and then hopefully, I would say, like I said, not week 1. He says he's going to be ready by week 1. Trainers say there's a possibility of week 1. I don't see it. Week 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe I can see that 100%. Week 1, fuck no. I just don't think there's a reason for Nick Chubb to push himself that hard and possibly re-rupture, like I said, the ACL, MCL, anything in that knee. Make sure it's 100% good to go. Then you can go run rampant. When it comes to the Browns possibly getting him back for another year or 2 years or whatever maybe, like I said, running backs whenever it comes to their era or like their prime era, it's usually around the ages like 25 to like 30 years old. He's 28 going on 29. So he's kind of at the end of his prime. I just don't see the Cleveland Browns going and giving Nick Chubb the big time contract like we see some of these running backs. I realize running backs don't get a lot of love. They don't get the big time money like we see quarterbacks, receivers, defensive linemen, etc. But even the $16 to $17 million, I would understand why they wouldn't give him that. But when it comes to possibly even giving him like another 12 to 13 million, this last contract, it was a 3-year, I think $33 million contract, so about 11 to 12 million dollars a year. If we can go and give him another contract like that, if he's willing to be taking the hometown discount, he loves it here in Cleveland, he wants to keep staying. If we can give him, like I said, 11 million, 12 million a year, and just keep him once again another 3-year contract, I would jump for joy. But that's just my opinion. I really think this could be the end for Nick Chubb. Let me know your opinion. But other than that, I think I'm gonna wrap it up there. Hopefully you guys did go on to enjoy today's video. If you did enjoy, as always, make sure and drop a like onto the video. Be very much appreciated if you do so. If you wanted to watch the entirety of today's video, thank you very much. And like I said, if you have a different opinion, do you think Nick Chubb is going to be here next year, not be here next year? If you think this is the end of the Nick Chubb era in Cleveland, not the end of the Nick Chubb era in Cleveland, let me know your complete opinion down in the comment section down below. You're more than welcome to talk about it with you guys. If you're a fan of the content that I do poster and you want to go and hit that big red subscribe button, feel free to do so. And do not forget to hit that little notification bell to be notified so I can post. But without further ado, this has been Dylan Talk Sports. Have a great day. Peace.